Hi everyone. So we want to talk to you about the process. What is it that we do? So at Straeon, we focus on scene study. We like working with this method because it's very close to the work environment out there. So if you're interested in joining Straeon, the first thing you do is you book a free class. We call it the auditing process. So you come to class, you have a first-hand experience on how class works, and you also have some one-on-one time with us. So we get to know each other, and you can also ask all the questions you might have. But this is a really important process that, we think it's very worthwhile because we don't want you to waste your money and your time, and you want to make sure that you're a good fit for class, that we have something to offer you. If you decide, yes, I want to join class, the first thing we assign you is a monologue, which is not a test. It's just for us to get to know each other a little bit more, what you can do.
Your first assignment is going to be a monologue, which we pick for you. And we pick that based on what we saw in the audit that you did. So the monologue is going to be, you're going to identify with it. It'll be short and sweet. And there's no such thing really as a monologue. They're all dialogues. So one of our people will be up there on the set with you. So that it's more like a scene than a monologue. It's not an audition, it's not a test, it's for us to get to know you better. After the monologue, we'll have a good sense of where you are as an actor, enough so that we can assign the first scene and your first scene partner. We assign all scenes and all scene partners.
Yeah, so by the way, we have people from all different levels in class and all different backgrounds, because that's the reality out there. When you get hired to work on a set, you're going to be working with people who've been doing this for a very long time and people who are just starting out.
Right.
Then we go into first works. So first works, you treat that as if you've been hired to work on that project. So you have to read the entire script or watch the movie, whatever rocks your boat. And you have to prepare a little bit more than an actor usually, does, because you're going to have to decide how you're going to set the scene. You're going to have to decide on props, costumes, everything. So you're doing way more. We recommend you rehearse at least 3 times. The idea of these rehearsals is not to decide how you're going to play. It's not to decide how you're going to say a line, or it's not a one shot, one way of playing the scene. It's about exploration. We want you to get familiar with the characters. We want you to try to find the journey these characters are going through and explore, try many different things. When you come to class, you do the entire scene from the beginning till the end, no cuts. And you give us your best shot. That's what we're expecting to see. How much could you find? Because that's compared to a camera rehearsal on the set. So you don't want to go on the set completely, in an ordinary energy and waste takes warming up. Yeah. So you want to go on a set hot, ready to go. Hopefully the director is going to tell you, pull it back a little bit. So this is what we're looking for. We don't want to do a rehearsal for you. We want you to come in with different options. And then after that, we sit down and we talk about it, and we give you some feedback, some notes, some little points that you have to work on, that you should explore a little bit more. They're not fix-it notes. No. As coaches, we don't have a predetermined vision on how a scene should go.
Exactly.
We coach the same scenes with different combination of people several times, and it's amazing how different they can be and still work. So you go back home, you work again, you rehearse again, you explore again with your scene partner, and then you come back to do a second work.
So after rehearsing on those notes for another week, you come in and do your second work. The second work is based on we're actually shooting the scene. So your first work is a camera rehearsal, your second work is actually shooting. So it'll usually be very stop and go. Every moment we're going to take it apart and coach you and direct you through the whole scene. Now every scene that we assign you is going to have a challenge, and it's going to have a lesson for you. If the lesson has been learned, then you're going to move on to a new scene and a new scene partner. So you do every scene twice usually. It doesn't even have to be really shootable. The scene can be a mess, really. But if you've learned the lesson of the scene, then it's time to move you on to the next scene, the next challenge, and the next lesson.
By the way, we run classes weekly. So you're going to do 2 scenes every month. So we meet once a week, and you have a first work on 1 week, second work on the next, and then we go to a different scene, first work, second work again.
Right. You're going to work every week.
Every week. And it's really important also to watch other scenes, because when you're acting and sometimes when you're just done doing a scene, you're kind of in a different headspace, so you're not very objective about the notes. So it's really important to watch other scenes so you can get that objective perspective, when you're listening to the notes and actually seeing an example of that. So that's really important. And also, once in a while, we bring cameras to class. It's not a camera class, but sometimes we film class as an educational tool, and we find it works pretty well. We don't release that anywhere. You get a link to it, and you can watch if you want. Some people don't like doing that. That's okay.
Yeah, it gives you a chance to, in the comfort of your own home, to sit there and watch your scene, hear the notes again, and usually what we find is kind of the lesson sinks in a little more for you.
So that's how class works. If you find this process interesting and you want to try a class, just get in touch with us and book your free audit, and we'll be glad to meet you.
Yeah, hope to see you soon.